alive. And then the general proceeds to torture him and just trying to psychologically break him. And that's the entire episode. And finally, Picard is rescued by the Enterprise, and the last thing he says after, walking away from the general is, "There's 4 lights." There's nothing you can do to get me to equivocate on the truth. 2 plus 2 equals 4, damn it. And that's it. That's the only answer. And there's no halfway bullshit answer to that allows us to escape integrity and truth. And like our Lord said, man, the path to heaven, that is a narrow gate, and you go through it. And the path to hell is wide, and many, many are going to go down that path. You are not going to get me off of the narrow path. If I'm even on it at all, I'm pretty sure that I am, because this is pretty black and white, You either choose our Lord or you choose Caesar, and I'm choosing our Lord. You're not going to get me to bullshit halfway come off of that.
Right. You're not just going to, if you go to prison, you're not just going to sit in your cell. I hope you're afforded the same thing that Mumia on death row is afforded. And would you consider blogging from prison, a radio show from prison, if this does happen?
I don't know if I want to do I don't want to do a radio show outside of prison, but I would assume that there would be some way that I could, write things, even if it's just handwritten, and then mail it, and then whoever receives it could transcribe it and post it somewhere. I would assume that things like that would be possible, yeah.
Okay. You believe you were fast-tracked because you're a little bit more high-profile? This is a very
fast... I've received emails from former IRS agents, collections agents, and so forth, and every indication that I've received is that, yes, I was absolutely fast-tracked. I thought, and I had been told, that I had, a long time, months and months and months, and I'd be getting all kinds of certified mail and, even maybe court summons, court appearance and stuff like that. Nothing like that happened. Nothing. I got one letter that was a form letter, and I actually posted it on my blog. And I had people email me and say, okay, you're in step 1 of 12, That was just a form letter. You've got a while until things get real. And then, like I said, I woke up on October 27th and logged into my online banking interface, and bye-bye $20,000. Away it went, so.
Dagny also says that if anything happens to Anne, Civil War II begins.
I doubt it. I don't think enough people know who I am, and we've rehashed over and over again, I don't think there's anybody willing to lift a finger on any of this.
Well, what about the Christian coalitions? Have you been...
Oh, hell no. Those people are so enslaved to the 501c exemption. Oh my gosh. I mean, people talk about, nationalizing the church and all this crap. The church has been nationalized for decades through the 501c exemption. And it's Catholic, it's Protestant, it's absolutely everybody. The reason why most Protestant people are in the preaching game at all and think of Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, Jim and Tammy Faye Baker, Swaggart, all of these people. Why do they even get into it? Because somebody told them, dude, you set yourself up as a church and you go get your 501c certificate, you don't have to pay any taxes on any of this stuff. And that's another reason why there shouldn't be the 501c anything. I mean, there shouldn't even be an income tax. But yes, by all means, get rid of the 501c exemption, and then what you will miraculously find is that most of these charlatans like Jesse Jackson and all of them, they'll suddenly stop being preachers once there's no tax advantage to any of it. So, the last place that I would look for any backup on any of this is from the church, both the Catholic Church and, of course, any of the super fun rock band, Protestant, neo-pagan, who's it, what's it. No, those guys are so whipped and so completely kowtowed by the 501c. Absolutely not. No way.
What about the people who are filing lawsuits against Obamacare?
Well, they're filing lawsuits, but when the Supreme Court rules against them, what are those people going to do?
Yeah.
And what they should do, and I've written about this, what they should do and what the church should do is they should say, we're going to keep going just like normal, and we're not going to participate in any of your satanic bullshit. And then what you're going to have to do, Obama, is you're going to have to send National Guard or something like that to literally shut down our hospitals at gunpoint, shut down our schools at gunpoint. Yeah, call them. Call their freaking bluff. Make them come out and be dragging people out of hospitals at gunpoint at the end of an AR-15. Make that happen. That's not what these chicken shits are going to do. You know what they're going to do? If they can't get any relief from the court system, which of course they're not going to, they're going to shut all the hospitals and the schools and everything down. And that's exactly what the Obama regime wants, because then the Obama regime will turn around and say, look at all these Catholics and look at all these people shutting down these hospitals and closing these schools. They don't care about you. All they care about is money. So we here in the government, we're the ones that love you. We're the ones who are going to give you your free birth control pills and your free abortions. We're the ones who love you. And look at these mean old Christians just shutting down their hospitals. They don't care about the people. See, they're playing right into their hands. The only intelligent way, the only way you can win this is not to go on prevent defense again and shut everything down. You stand your ground and you fight those sons of bitches, and if you have to bait a war, then so be it. You bait a war. That's what they did in France in the 1790s. The church stood and said, no, you're going to have to come kill us. And we'll die as saints. We'll die as martyrs to Christ. So be it. Bring it. But we're not going to do this prevent defense crap. That's what Dolan and the rest of these bishops, that's what they're setting up to do. And I've even read other pieces by other bishops in terms of the laity who keeps being forgotten in all of this. It isn't just enough to carve out exceptions for Catholic institutions, for, parishes and Catholic hospitals and things that are directly under the auspices and umbrella of the church. That's not enough. What about all the laity? What about all the people out here who are, running small businesses and are being told, you have to commit mortal sin? And that's what the bishops are just hanging all of them out to dry. And I've already seen a piece printed by a bishop that said, well, I guess it's okay if you were forced and coerced into complying with Obamacare as long as you didn't like it, as long as you weren't happy about it, then I guess it would be okay. And this was from a conservative. This was from a conservative bishop. And I'm just looking at that, shaking my head, saying, okay, if this is the level of chicken shit, then what hope is there? What hope is there if that's the best they can come up with?